name is Logan Jones. I'm one of the coaches for our Central region. I am lucky enough to work with awesome people like Rachel and other people in in the Central. I work with Michigan, Illinois, and Tennessee. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good time with the big reveal. I feel like literally like a weight is lifted off everybody's shoulders here at the home office. Ever since we announced that, I don't have to worry about slipping up anymore. But yeah, it was an awesome event. I mean, looks like everybody that did it knocked it out of the park. Looks like people are really excited for it. I hope everybody's pumped for convention too. That's why I'm so excited for the big reveal, because man, if that went well, I mean, there's a lot of awesome stuff coming at convention too. So I'm jacked up. I'm excited. So before we jump into it, though, I just wanted to give a couple shout outs. It looks like so far this month, 15 enrollments for the entire team, for Rachel's team. So huge kudos, congrats in that regard. And then 52 for April. So those are awesome numbers. Like a lot of jewels that I work with would seriously be really pumped about those numbers. So huge kudos. So I'll just jump right into it. I'm sure Rachel's heard me say it a million times, but I'm huge on just simplicity. I'm really focusing on three big things. It's enrollments, decreasing the attrition, and developing leaders. And I really think that encompassing all of those things, obviously having fun, I think that's the name of the game, most important thing. But playing to your strengths and then really controlling what you can control. And with those enrollments, the teams, obviously, like I alluded to, is doing awesome in that regard. I think just building those relationships and just sharing those stories, whether it's your story or even if you're new and you're coming on, like share other people's stories. Like people are naturally they're so attracted to the stories, and obviously what you're doing as a team collectively is working really well too. And then with decreasing attrition, I think that one's huge, to control what you can control. I think that, so many people get discouraged because, white lines happen. They're inevitable. And the more you grow, the more white lines you get. So it's just, it's part of the game. But I think controlling what you can control, the two huge things, I think it's follow-up and then those convenience orders, obviously. And, even going past follow-up, it's really just building those relationships. And here at the home office, I'll be honest with you, there's not like a set in stone number that we've come across, but like just what I've seen, it's seriously about 80. Like, let's say somebody were enrolled last week and their convenience orders on. They have about an 80% chance of not only placing an order this month, but also moving into to next month, to June as well. Whereas without the convenience order, it's basically like flip-flops. So one huge thing, obviously, I know that I've talked with Rachel about it a ton. Huge emphasis here at the corporate office and out in the field. But just wanted to let you know that. And then going into developing leaders, I think there's so many intangibles with that it's different for a lot of people. But I think the biggest thing, or one of the biggest things, is just playing to your strengths. Like, for example, when I first came on, the first thing we did was we read this Strengths Finders 2.0 book by Tom Rath. It's an awesome book. And, at first, when I first started reading, I was like already, jumping into it. A lot of stuff going on. I'm like, oh, another book to read. But it was amazing. I got a ton out of it, and, really learned not only a lot about myself, but really about the people that I work with too. And it's, as far as allocating different tasks, for example, how it would correlate out in the field. Like maybe somebody's awesome and super charismatic and out there, and they're really good at bringing people on, but maybe somebody else is better with the follow-up and things along those lines, or getting the convenience orders on. So really playing to each other's strengths, because I think that, so much of the leadership is identifying what you're great at, and being excellent at anything, I really believe just opens up your potential and everything. And really just identifying those strengths can unlock your potential with especially this business. But, and then also with developing leaders, I think a huge thing across the board, talking to different jewels and senior rubies. Most actually came on that I work with as wholesale ambassadors, believe it or not. It actually really blew me away. But a huge common denominator was that was their spark that really got them going, was going to silver. So, obviously, it's a big thing. You get that residual income, the products paying for themselves, most of the time getting your first bonus right off the bat there. It just really shows people And I never like to use the word easy because it's not easy, but just how how manageable and realistic it is to really grow your business. So I really think putting a huge emphasis on, it's like, right off the bat, like, like if I were, let's say if I was an ambassador and getting a friend to sign up, my first thing would be like, all right, before all of this, like, let's think of 3 people that you think could benefit from this. And, obviously if they can't get those people right off the bat, I wouldn't be like, don't sign up or anything, but you know what I'm saying there. But yeah, it can come from anywhere. An event, with convention right around the corner. I hope a lot of you are going. I know that Rachel said that pretty good amount on the team. So I'm excited to meet some of you out there. But, those events, a lot of books, Developing Leaders Around You by John Maxwell is an awesome one as well. It's about literally exactly what it sounds like it would be about. So I don't want to go into that one too much, but, and then just honestly, the support from your upline. And, I've talked with Rachel a bunch, and she has some awesome processes, the PDFs that she's typed up. I'm sure, you've all seen before. I'll be honest, I've shared those with the other coaches on the teams. I've shared those with Jules. I've shared those with senior Rubies, and like they've gotten a lot out of them. They really have. And so yeah, she's a perfect person to learn from. And it's just it goes back to just getting people LinkedIn, like whatever made you a success, whatever made you successful to this point, whatever you think would make this person as successful as possible, whether it's their first 30 minutes, their first day, their first week, their first month. And that just goes back to having those 3 people in mind. I think that all 3 of these things, like collectively decreasing the enrollments, or definitely don't decrease the enrollments, decrease the attrition, focusing on enrollments, and then developing leaders are just, really the if you're focused on any IPAs, any of those, those things along those lines, as long as it just falls under that umbrella, that's what's, going to get you to that next rank. So, but just remember, always have fun. I think that's a huge thing right there. The teams that are growing, the teams that are just getting a lot out of it, they're the teams that are having fun. And it sounds like everything I've heard from Rachel, this team does not lack in that area. So, and then, with the welcome packs, with this, this big reveal, a lot of awesome stuff coming. I don't know. I think there's a little bit of confusion this morning, but we've confirmed that the new Slim is going to be in welcome packs moving forward. I know that it's a little bit later in the month for people and customers to place the order that weren't registered for the big reveal, but they're in the welcome packs. They're in the action packs also. So definitely recommend those variety packs or those action packs. Getting all jumbled up with the packs here, but with the welcome packs coming on, I think the variety packs are definitely a good way to steer people. I do see the benefit in like the double triplex, if it's like a husband, wife, daughter, if there's 2 people, but just to ensure that they're not, skipping that next month. And then also with the variety pack, it gets 5 products in their hands, those 5, the Fab 5 right off the bat. And I think that's a huge thing with so many people that are going out there, and they're just like, I'll talk to them. They're two months into it, and they enrolled like 12 people in 1 month. It's just like, okay, like what are you doing? What's going on? And it's just the main theme is just that they have this insane belief in the products. Like they don't even feel like they're selling. They're just like, I don't even know. I just started taking these products. And a lot of times it is the variety pack they jump on, and they're just like, I just want to tell everybody, like, it's they're just like beaming, and people are coming to them, cause I think people are just naturally, they're going to enroll, they're going to enroll people the same way they were brought in. And that's why I love that Rachel has those awesome processes in place to get people linked in and as successful as possible. But not only that, they're also going to pitch whatever products they know. So if somebody, if for example, like if they just take the triplex, like they're most likely just going to qualify people for the triplex instead of branching out and talking about the X Factor and the Mega X and everything. But and plus, they're awesome products. They're going to sell themselves. You're going to get the health benefits out of it, which, that's why people come on anyway. But and then that leads me to my next point with and it also, this 101 PV, it also kind of goes back to decreasing the attrition. I love people that are at 101 PV. I'm sure everybody else out there loves people at 101 PV. That means they're commission qualified. But with that, we know that means they're taking the triplex. We've kind of just I don't even know if it would be run-in numbers or anything. We've just had people actively reach out to those 101 PV ambassadors that are taking the triplex just to recommend other products, because like, you know, I mean, some people we've seen across the board, they're not as consistent with the BioCleanse usually. So just kind of nipping it in the bud before that person's, you know, it's between 1 to 99 PV at the end of the month. And you're like, dang, you know, one person not commission qualified. If that person's, you know, linked in with taking, if they're taking, you know, X Factor, Probio, or X Factor, Mega X, or Ease, anything like that. And even, you know, thinking about it, the P96, the protein's it's a perfect thing to pair with those. The protease is a digestive enzyme that's in the Probio, and protease's main function is actually to break down the protein that we have in our diet. So, you know, some people, if they don't eat as much protein, maybe, you know, 15 grams right off the bat might be a little harsh on your stomach. But that protease in the Probio really helps to break it down. But yeah, you know, just going back to the big reveal, I'm super pumped because it's an awesome way or it's an awesome excuse, whatever you want to call it, for people to re-engage those white lines. I'm sure you've all either experienced it or seen it today on Facebook. Like it's awesome seeing people posting about it, and people are literally like coming out of the woodwork commenting on it, like, hey, I want more info. I even saw one of the other coaches a few minutes ago. She even showed me that somebody posted like, hey, where's all my plexus quitters out there or something, and like people were actually commenting on it. So I thought that was pretty funny. But you know, it just shows, you know, people are excited. People with plexus, they're excited. People that used to be with plexus, but it's just re-engaging those white lines, you know, reintroducing it, having the conversation again with maybe some dabbling wholesale ambassadors, preferred customers that might be apprehensive for whatever reason to jump in and grow the business. And even honestly, people that have been potentials in the past that, you know, that they didn't jump in, but I mean, it's a perfect reason to have the conversation again, if nothing else, you know. But yeah, I think I'm excited. I think that, you know, with this emphasis on gut health, it's awesome because I don't know. I just feel like people that get their gut right with taking supplements, like they're not going anywhere, you know, like somebody that takes the Probio and you know, the prebiotics now moving forward that are in the slim, you know, once they get going and they're, you know, they're feeling good, like they're going to be lifers. And that's one thing I'm really excited for. The prebiotics, I'm sure that you all have seen a lot of the like some of the literature on it and you know, some of the benefits, but it's really going to just stimulate that growth of good bacteria in your stomach that with working well with the probiotics. So it's just neat how they're all just going to kind of be interwoven together and you know, feed off each other. You know, the human clinicals behind it too are awesome. I feel like there's just a lot that went into it as far as the testing, and not only that, but it also seems like there's more to say as far as like compliance restrictions. I don't know, when I watched the big reveal, I heard him say some stuff that like I've been a little hesitant to say in the past, and I think that just kind of goes back to those human clinicals. And you know, same thing out there for you all, like, you know, nobody wants compliance knocking at your door or anything, but just having these you know, scientific backings and stuff are just going to substantiate you know, the products even more. So I'm super pumped for that. And then, you know, the cool thing is that, you know, with convention right around the corner, like there's honestly there's more to come, and it's going to be even more exciting, more just more tools, more just awesome stuff. I wish I could just say what it is right now. Here's me almost spilling the beans again. But
go ahead and say it. It's okay.
Right? No, I was pretty close. No, I actually I almost spilled it for convention, where convention was at when we had Jules training. It was like right when we announced it, like a couple months before we even said anything to the field. And like I was giving a tour. And one of the Jules asked me when she was talking about convention, she's like, are you going to have to drive far for it? And I started to say it. And one of the other coaches, she literally put her hands over my lips. She's like, oh, I was just like, wow, that would have been a nightmare. But yeah, good thing I slipped up there, or I didn't slip up there. But yeah, you know, I don't want to take up a ton of your time, but the pulse in this building is like, you know, unlike anything I've ever seen. Like I can't even compare it to anything because I've never seen it this high. Like Jake literally got off last call and just gave me a high five. Like, you know, he's just that pumped up. Like he's everybody's just really, excited to be here. Everybody in the field, super, super pumped. I think, I think if you all watched the big reveal, you probably saw like Cindy and Sarah, like they blew it away. Like those two, with the executive team that we have, and really everybody. I mean, this was a collective effort from the entire company, from not just product development and marketing, but even supply chain, the warehouse, having everything ready, communications, having everything to go and sending out directions on everything. Customer service was here over the weekend. Like everybody's jacked up. The field, obviously you all out there are super pumped too, and that's what it's all about. So we just couldn't be any more excited. I think that with their vision and the tools that we have coming, we're gonna get to that goal, being a $1 billion company, and with the implementation, of the new back office coming in. We really don't have like an ETA exactly on that, but I've never seen us work as aggressive towards something ever than we are with this new platform that we're building. So it's going to be every resource available to, seriously coming on, everybody coming on it should be pushing for Fast Start Gold, If no matter where you're at, like any of you on this call, people coming in, it's going to blow up. Planting your seeds right now. It's going to be super beneficial. You're going to see the fruits of your labor sooner than you could think. Shoot for diamond. Seriously, shoot for double diamond. I have no doubts. The teams that are out there building wide, because the truth is, you never know. Somebody you enroll could be the next Amy Paul, the next Celeste. You could be. Honestly. So I just think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a really good month. And just historically too for Plexus, May has actually been our biggest month. I don't know if that's direct correlation with with convention, or people just not hitting their New Year's resolutions or what. But and then summer around the corner. But it's going to be huge. This was the biggest thing that we've ever done with Plexus, and convention's probably honestly going to be bigger. So is everybody going, or good amount of you going?
I think I'm looking at the list. I think almost everyone on here is going, except for maybe two.
Nice, cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited. So, it's gonna be a great time. Hopefully, I get to meet everybody out there. Also, another shout out. Just while I'm thinking about it and look over, Angel. I noticed that you had an awesome month. I wanted to let you know that. I don't remember the specifics of it, but when I saw it, I saw that you rocked it out. So just wanted to let you know that. I appreciate everybody jumping on here. Like I said, I didn't want to keep you for too long, but if anybody has any questions or anything, open it up for some Q&A.
While anyone's thinking of questions, or if they can type them in the chat if you want to. But I just wanted to bring up, I love what you said about the variety welcome packs instead of just pushing the triplex, because that's what I always have done up until very recently. Everybody gets the triplex welcome pack. Everybody takes triplex. But like you said, we'll get a lot of people with 90 PV for just doing Slim and ProBio. And so what I've been doing is going through on all of my people who are 75 and above, who just take triplex, and recommending other products. I recently fell in love with Accelerator, and so I'm going to all of my people who are wholesale but not at 100, and oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with Accelerator, and getting them on that, or talking about something else that'd be good for them, like ease, and they're not even aware of it really.
Right.
And that's getting them over 100 to commission qualified, which is awesome, especially for everyone trying to rank. That's a really, really good idea, and I think that you actually told me about that, so thank you. Yeah,
definitely. And even doing a challenge, so hey, add another product to your order, or this pairs well with this. But yeah, and the best part is just having the first-hand testimony, like yours with Accelerator. Perfect example right there. You love it. This is why you love it. It's if I sold tires or something, it's hey, you should take this body cream. It's well, have you taken the body cream? No, I've never taken the body cream. It's well, they're not going to be quite as inclined. So trying them, and then going out there. And I know everybody on this call, I'm assuming, has had awesome success with the products at this point. So it's they obviously work and sell themselves, but just more people to have that conversation with. For example, I jammed my finger playing football a few weeks ago, and I thought that it was like a nerve issue, but I hurt my finger. I just assumed it was like a nerve thing because I woke up and it felt different. And I started taking the nerve, and like it started to feel better just because, you know, like I jammed it, it was getting better. But like in my head, I'm like, hey, this nerve is helping me. So I recommended it to my dad, who's a firefighter. And he actually has back issues because it turns out it's because of nerve issues. And the reason he found out is because he started taking the nerve and it helped him a ton. And then he went back to his doctor and he's like, hey, I'm feeling better. They ran more tests and they're like, hey, you have nerve damage, you know. But he's like, well, what should I do? He's like, why? The doctor's like, well, if this stuff's helping you, then keep taking it. And like, I'll be completely honest, like my dad, he's a 12-year firefighter, and he was going to retire. Like he was going to retire early, and now he's like, this is like his newfound thing just because I suddenly fell into nerve because I misdiagnosed myself. But I'm not, you know, I mean, I might not be the best example of that because I misdiagnosed myself, but it's cool how it just like, you know, how that chain reaction happens and people just, you know, how it just works out like that. But yeah, no, definitely. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think I'm really excited. Like, what you talked about, the vibe kind of around the office, at home office there. And, like, I can feel that too. And I think that everybody else can. And, like how you mentioned, try to go, like, fast start and, like, shoot for the stars because right now we have a lot of momentum. And like, similar to the momentum we had, like, 2.5 years ago when I joined. And it's, like, starting all over. And
right.
We need to take advantage of that. And
yeah.
And I got my new Slim in today, and oh my God, it tasted like the tears of angels. It's amazing.
It's so good. Yeah, I was about to ask if anybody tried it, but yeah, it's amazing. Like I like the last one. I thought the last one was good. I like this one more. I think that it's just not quite as sweet, and it's just easier to drink. There's not like a weird aftertaste or anything. Yeah, like you said, it's so good. It's really good. It's that. I mean, that alone, I think people are gonna like the taste of it alone. So I'm pumped. It's not like an acquired taste or anything.
Absolutely, I'm getting a lot of old customers back interested, and then a lot of new people too. So cool. We just gotta take advantage of it. But no, I appreciate the time. This was really awesome. I think focusing on enrollment, which our team is really good at, and then decreasing attrition, with building relationships, and then developing leaders and training is
definitely
getting to the next rank. And I think that's true for any rank. So I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. No, I'm excited. I'm excited for all of you. I'm excited for everybody. Like it's going to be a huge month. I'm seriously just like all my goals. That I've written down for everybody with how well this gone. It's like I don't know. I feel like I should just throw them out the window because I think most people are just gonna like just fly past them. Like I seriously have people who have already at 30 something enrollments this month that were at like 30 last month, and I'm just like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? This is just the coolest thing ever. So yeah, no, I'm super pumped. I think huge things are coming for your team in particular. I really do. And then everybody out there, it's gonna be an awesome time.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for everybody for showing up. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.
All right, thanks. See you in Vegas.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.